Okay, I got into the hobby. One of the first things I wanted to do was start building my own frames. I didn't like what was commercially available, and I wanted to come up with some different ideas on the frames. I wanted to build some board track replicas and the like. And, hey, for those of you who are wanting to modify your frame, okay, all I need is a Harbor Freight welder, and I can cut some pieces off of another bike and just add on. Bullshit, that's a bad idea. So I've seen some people want to cut their frame here to make room for the engine, and oh, I'll just kind of tie in here and there. No, let's look at this frame design here. These frame designs go way back, okay? The modern ones here are mirroring what was made a long time ago. And over all these years of manufacturing bicycles and riding bicycles, they know what works, okay? Let's look at the triangle shape we've got here. We've got basically the same triangle shape here. That's what this frame is based off of. Now I know that there's some differences, but you pretty much have the rear triangle and the front triangle, and you've got the seat tube here in the middle. Okay, so you hit a bump here on your front forks. It is going to be absorbed, and the energy is going to be transferred into your top tube and your down tube. And as well your seat tube. You go messing with that, you go altering that relationship, you can have problems. We're pushing the limits of these frames. Pushing the limits of these frames by putting an engine on it. And some of you boys have been eating way too many biscuits, and you putting your fat ass on this bike, putting an engine on it, going tearing ass through the neighborhood, and you're wanting to modify the frame. It's not a good idea, okay? What you want to think about, if you want to change the shape of let's say, the down tube here, okay? You better make good and sure that you cut it here where it's tied in at the bottom bracket and here, and make a whole new piece. What you don't want to do in modifying a frame is go cutting a piece of tubing and then just weld another piece together and expect it to hold up to particularly the rigors, the demands of a motorized application. No, that's a very bad idea. This is very thin-walled tubing, okay? You're asking for problems. You're asking to go to the emergency room and have a surgeon remove a chunk of this metal out of your precious little nut sack or your whatever, okay? If you're going to modify your frame at all, you want to make sure that you tie it in from one end to the other. If you're going to modify this top tube here, you're going to cut it at the seat tube, you're going to cut it here, and you are going to completely replace that piece there. Don't think about, well, I can gusset. No, you're gusseting, and all this welding you're going to be doing is going to be going into a thin-walled piece of tubing, a very thin-walled piece of tubing. 1.6 millimeter, 0.60 inches. There's not much meat on that, okay? You go welding onto a thin piece of tubing, the heat-affected zone weakens it. The area around the weld is what weakens it. I want you to think about that, okay? Look at the construction of a bicycle here. Now this top tube here, okay? We've got a weld here at the very end, weld here at the end. We do have a little tack here and a little tack here, okay? But we're not welding in the center of the tube. The down tube, we're welded here, we're welded there. We've got a solid piece of steel from one end to the other. Same here with your chain stay and the seat stay. That whole piece is a solid piece of tubing. They are using, the engineers, the people who designed these things here, they are using the structural integrity of one continuous piece of steel. That's where you get your strength. Okay, these bikes here are mass manufactured. If they can pare a fraction of a gram of steel off of this thing and save it, that's going to save them a lot of money when they're building a couple of million bikes or whatever, a couple of 100,000, however many bikes they build. Okay, so there's no extra metal in this here, and there's no room, particularly when we're going to be adding a motor on it, for weakening these frames at all. So gusseting, it doesn't help so much. When you gusset, you're going to be doing all this welding here onto thin metal, and you're going to be having a compromised area by all that gusseting. Yes, you can help some. A little bit of tacking here and there is okay. I would rather see some just little bitty tacks here as opposed to a long continuous weld. That long continuous weld is going to put a lot of heat in your frame. This is advanced stuff if you're going to be modifying the frame. Don't just go doing it, okay? I really want to stress the importance of that. If you don't know what you're doing, don't mess with modifying the frame so much, okay? That's advanced level stuff, and if you're going to be putting a motor on it, we're pushing the limits, okay? I want you to be safe. If you think this video has helped anyone out, it may save someone from getting a chunk of metal rammed up the old nutsack there, give it a thumbs up. We got that subscribe button. More videos coming. Y'all take care.